Alright, so I'm going to attempt to do a video on how to mod Planetary Annihilation. Now, I'm no expert myself. Hence, the desktop wallpaper. However, I'm part of the Statera mod and the Naval Redux mod, and I've pretty much completely reassembled brand new entire folders within PA. So, I know it can be completely rebuilt for the most part. And with that in mind, you can do a lot of things with server mods. You can make total conversions, you can make single unit game modes or a few unit game modes. Very few people have done any of this stuff with server mods though. So, I'm going to make a mod, and I'm also going to stream/record it, so other people can follow suit. So this first video will pretty much teach you how to set up your own server mod, you know, the folder structure and everything, so you'll be able to do it. How to mod Planetary Annihilation. File structure. I'm not going to try to be that formal the entire way, but I figured it might help. So if you go to where Planetary Annihilation is installed, which could be in your program files or in your hard drive, or in your games folder if that's where you installed it, only if that's where you installed it, or it could be in your Steam apps folder. It should have, the word Planetary Annihilation. If you don't have it through Steam, you might have the launcher before it. So, in Planetary Annihilation, you have the executable, then you'll have a media folder. The media folder is pretty much what is modded, in the sense that if you go to your username, app data, local, Uber Entertainment without the underscore, Planetary Annihilation, you will at least see two folders, and that is server mods and mods. So, what you need to do to make a server mod is create a server mods folder. You do not need Planetary Annihilation Mod Manager. That's a third-party software made by a fan of the game. It does a great job managing mods and installing mods. It even has a huge database. It installs it all on its own. It changes all the files for you. But it's not necessary. It's merely convenient. And if you want to download that, by the way, just go to the Uber, forums.uberentertainment.com, I mean. Click on Planetary Annihilation. Click on Mods. Click on Released Mods. Pinned at the top is PA Mod Manager cross-platform. You can install it from here once you get there, and it will install to the same location, just in the PAMM folder. That's the icon for it. And here it is. It has all the UI mods that you have installed, all the server mods that you have installed, and this is where you'd install it from. All your UI mods, like cool new biomes, show your secondary color in game, save the settings for your browser filters, set up an instant sandbox game, change your commander explosion to team colors, use your secondary color for icon outlines. Change the texture of your commander. Change the model of your power gens. Anything that only you see that's part of your UI is part of the UI mods. And a lot of this stuff's really useful. You have economy mods, icon mods, selection box mods, buttons that help you find units in the thing, color changes, a lot of which are team colored. So pink will shoot pink, blue will shoot blue, pink will explode pink, blue will explode blue. HUD health bar for your commander. All kinds of crazy crap. Even customized unit modifiers for Galactic War. And the server one has like a complete unit like transitions. Like Stadera has completely different units. Naval Redux expands on the naval units and leaves everything else vanilla. Missile mod adds more missiles like the nuclear missile and stuff. Boombot Wars dumbs the game down to just boombots and units that are changed to use boombots. Remove eco, unit speed increase, commander immobile, different biomes, all kinds of fun stuff. And all you have to do is click this and it'll so enough selling this anyway. The point of this is to set up the file structure. So what you want to do is in your username, app data, local, Uber Entertainment, Planetary Annihilation folder. Yeah. You want to create a server mods folder if it's not already there. The game recognizes this folder by default. You do not need a Planetary Annihilation mod manager. It just helps if you want it. Make sure it says server mods. If it's a client-side mod, you want to make it just mods. But server mods are mods that add units to the game for everybody to use. It will be empty when you make it. It won't have these folders, and that's okay. It also won't have this. Well, it'll need one of these, so let me just open it up real quick for you. This is mine right now. So what you will need to do is create a text document. Text document. See, right click new text document. Same folder. Open it. And type in pointy bracket, 4 spaces. Mount order in quotes, because anytime you use a question in JavaScript, you put it in quotes. A space after the colon. 8 spaces after that. I don't know why, just follow me on this. I'm just telling you how many there are. So, in order to upload a mod, you just fill in the mod's ID with derp. Usually it is spaced out by periods, so let's just say it's let's just say that. To add more, all you have to do is add a comma, 4 spaces, and then just do that. Just make sure to keep it 8 spaces, 1, comma, 4 spaces, another, comma. You can kind of see it here. Bam. Make sure to keep it in quotes. Any questions being asked to JavaScript is in quotes. Any answers that are free-form text are also in quotes. If the answer to a question is a number, it does not need to be a quote. And if it's true or false, like the word true or the word false, then it doesn't need a quote either. Just make sure to put it in whatever bracket the question's filling. And you can use commas if it's in a bracket. You know, JavaScript stuff. And you just replace herp or derp or whatever, or the whole thing with whatever the ID for the mod is. So you click File, Save As, mods.json, which is plural. And you can't save it as text document. Save it as all files. That leaves the extension blank, and that makes it a JSON file. That is how you make a JSON file here, okay? Just take a text document and save it as an all file and save it .json at the end, and that makes it a JSON file from a text document. You can even edit it with a text document afterwards, if you noticed I did it earlier. So that's what we have. So then you create a folder inside of this. And you name it whatever you want your mod to be. In this case, it's Universal Unity. Inside every mod folder, you need a mod info, so the game knows what it's loading. And so PA Mod Manager knows what it's loading in case you have that optional piece of software. So you go into the modinfo.json, and you notice it's much the same. Begins with these two pointy brackets. Is 4 spaces, a question, an answer. 4 spaces, a question, an answer. 4 spaces, a question, and answer. Quotes around everything. 1 space between the colon. A comma. No comma at the end of the thingy, of course. So let's make one of these real quick. Oh wait, this one's already very basically blank. You can fill in whatever information you want to fill in with the word derp. Of course, we're talking about server mods. The identifier, you can put whatever at the end, derp. The name of it's derp, you know. Description, derp. Replace derp with whatever your mod is. Author, derp. Version can be 1. If you want to make a new version, just make it 2. The build of the game that it works in. Right now it's 70289. You can go to your game and look what version it's at. Date. Right now it's 826. You know what date it is. Signature is not yet implemented. Suppose if that changes, you'd probably be able to look at another mod to tell, I guess. I don't know. Forum. Derp, just enter your forum URL. ID, derp, priority 100, icon, derp, enable true dependencies, derp. A lot of these aren't required, like icon and dependencies are not required questions. Really, if it's not required, you don't need to add it, just make sure to space it the right way all the time. Remember, inside these bigger quotes, it's 8 spaces, by the way. So if you're going to get rid of something, make sure to delete the question, the answer, and whatever brackets are around the answer, and the comma before it. That way it just leaves, you know, whatever was before it. And in case of one that has a comma after it, like this, the comma after it, just delete comma, the comma. Including one of the commas. Leave all the spacing and everything else good for the other question answers before and after it. See a number. It doesn't need to be quoted. Good stuff. So let's fill this out. Universal Unity. Short answer is the display name and the ID can be the same. Short answer. Just as long as the identifier, you know. And the priority is what mods load over top of others. If you have two mods trying to change the same file, the one with the 100 priority will have highest priority. So if one that has 99 priority will get not read, and the one with the 100 priority will be read instead. If they both have 100 priority, either the game errors or only one of the two is read. I don't know which. Either way, it doesn't work. Does not work. Doesn't work reliable anyway. Then you save it. Technically, you would save it as... You'd save it as an all file, and you'd save it as modinfo. .json. You don't even need to care about that. In this case, that works. So if you did all that with the text file, and you saved it as a .json with not a text file, just an any file, it'll create this file for you. So now you have the framework. You have the Planetary Annihilation folder, should have been made for you already in your own username. You'll find you made the server mods folder. Inside that, you made a mods.json text file. You made a folder with your created mod's name. Here's all the other folders. If you have PAMM and you download other people's mods, let them hang out there too. Inside your mods folder, you will have a mod info, and it will have your mod's information for it. And with all that, the game should be able to load your mod. Hell, if you have PAMM, it should be able to load your mod. Should. See? It should. The game will be able to load it too if you try to create your own game. You could try it against the AI. If you add too many new units or something, the AI will have no fucking clue what to do. But the game will work and you should be able to play it, and that's the important part. You can honestly, mod even the AI. That's a different thing altogether. Hopefully I'll cover it in a way later video. But this is your basic introduction on how to mod Planetary Annihilation, how to get other people's mods, real quick on that, just covering PAVM, and how to start making your own mod. Just creating the folder at first, so you have something to put in it. And matter of fact, I have another minute before 20 minutes, so what I'm going to show you now is that your server mods folder, all your mods inside of here shadow the media folder. So your installs, your executables here, you have bin 64, bin 86, coherent media. Inside of media, you have your PA and your UI and your shaders. Inside PA, you have your units. And in your units, you have your different unit types, like C. And inside your C, you have your ship, and inside your ships, you have their unit JSONs. And inside their unit JSONs, you have everything about the ship, like the ship's name is the Leviathan, how much health it has, how much it costs, how much shit it shoots and stuff. Actually, it tells you the weapon that's mounted. The weapon that's mounted tells you the ammo it fires, and then yada yada. It also tells you its fire rate. Why did I close that whole folder out? Making this longer than 20 minutes officially. But yeah. So this media folder has PA and UI. PA has units, and units has naval and air and your ships, and you know. So, your mod folder will also, besides the JSON, will have also PA and UI. And PA will read these like it is in the media folder. That is what shadowing means. So if you go to your mod, And you make a PA folder. Caps lock doesn't really matter, but it couldn't hurt. And you make a units folder. It will act like this units folder. If you add a commanders folder, it will act like this commanders folder. Now, this is the vanilla original game in this one. See, the Planetary Annihilation stable version. You know, whatever version that may be at the time. So you can take the base commander and you can literally copy this. Copy. And paste it into your new mod. If that's a unit that you want to borrow a basic, build from, you can borrow from the original game files. If the original game file already has the model for the commander, you can get rid of any model files. And to give you a hint, that's the .papas. If you have a .papa in it, it's best to delete it. So, in this mod folder, using the same path as the media has, the game will read this instead of the game's files. It will read your server files in place of it, so you can basically make it a different file, the game will read the different file, the game will play a different game off of your files. So, just to put it into perspective here, as long as it's the same name and file path and everything, which it is, I copy and pasted, commander into commander. You can open this and you can change the build metal cost. You cannot actually build these in game. What you can do though is you could change that to where your fabricator can build it. All you gotta do is give them the buildable type of command. What kind of unit type is this? I know this is unit type commander. If you give it the buildable types commander, and it'll work. Then you change the build metal cost to 1,000.
Not sure if you're there.
Now it takes 1,000 metal to repair and 1,000 metal to build. And that's what you want to do with your mod, you can do it. That's simple. That is how Planetary Annihilation mods work. That's changing a very small thing, so this one video probably gets you that far. Next video I'll show you. I'll delete this now. I'll delete that. I'll show you next video how to add fresh new things to every single thing in the game. I'm gonna copy and paste a lot from the main game, but a lot of stuff you do. But you can change anything once you copy and paste it, including individual commanders, what they can build, everything. See you next video then. Yeah.